We're live.
Ooh.
Welcome back to the Blacked Out Podcast, y'all. We got our guest, Big Nick Calo, Master
How's everybody
Distiller
doing?
winner.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Hell yeah. Hunk of burning love.
That's all right. I'm not going to do the move, though.
You got to do it, man, at least sometime. We got a whole fucking hour.
Yeah.
They were like, dance, monkey, dance. You're not leaving till you do.
I'll bet.
It's a good one.
Yeah. I don't really watch that show very much. The only really episodes I've ever watched are friends of mine. So I went to go last night, and I've been meaning to watch Sasquatch's episode because that's my buddy. Like, he's cool as shit. And so I watched that last night, and I watched your episode. I had to go on there and figure out how to get it, and I bought it on Amazon. I bought the whole season, and I was watching that shit, and I was thinking, like, man, that's a cool episode where you get $30 to spend on a mash bill. Everybody's, a $30 budget. That's pretty cool because that's how everybody starts out. They buy $8 bag of fucking corn. Boom. It's $17 now for a bag of sugar, but it used to be a lot less. Bag of sugar, bag of corn, you got fucking shine.
Well, and that's how, if you think back on it, that's how the original moonshiners got started as well. Like, they're not buying like craft bags of heirloom corn. They're using whatever they had. So.
Granite sugar, fucking whatever they can grab.
I recommend everybody start with cracked corn.
Yep.
I recommend everybody start out with Uncle Jesse's. Anybody ever asks, what do you think I should go? Uncle Jesse's Simple Sour Mash and a bag of Rural King cracked corn.
Yeah. That's what I bought a bag of Walmart cracked corn. The first thing I bought.
Yeah, mine was Tractor Supply, Nation's Pride.
Oh yeah.
I was just at Tractor Supply looking at it the other day. It's like 24, like 15, $16 it was on sale.
Yeah, you can't beat it to start out, and then once you get the idea of how it works, that's where you can start venturing out.
Yeah.
So how'd you like that powdered peanut butter?
I've done it so much at this point because everybody keeps asking for it that I'm almost sick of peanut butter. But it just, for me, everybody wants to try it too. Like, everybody's asking, what's your recipe? And I tell them how to get started. I don't give them full details, but, maybe I just had the luck of the hand with it because everyone's telling me they don't have the same results that I get from it. But, I stick to the same process, and it turns out great for me. I could honestly keep it at 100 proof and not add any simple syrup or anything to dilute it down, and it's still going to have a good strong peanut butter taste to it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I'm a prepper, so I've got some of that powdered peanut butter laying around. But a lot of preppers end up putting that in their bug out. You know what I mean? Preps, is it's good stuff to have around. I never considered using it in a mash. That's pretty cool. I'll have to give it a try, or I'll have to maybe get a jar from you.
Oh yeah. When I was originally doing it, I was using real peanut butter, bulk peanut butter from Sam's, and I was doing it in a rum. So I was doing molasses and peanut butter. But the problem with that is, like, when it's done, you have like 1 inch to 2 inches of oil sitting on the top that you have to siphon off. And
it is oily.
Yeah. I was like, there's got to be an easier way. So I started doing, some deep rabbit holes on Reddit about like peanut butter beer and how they're doing it. And it's all in that powdered peanut butter,
Yeah.
I never even thought about the powdered peanut butter. Chad, if he hops in, he does a pretty good Reese's cup.
He does peanut butter banana too. He calls it Elvis Presley.
Yeah, Elvis Presley too. Yeah, I had some of it. pretty good.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I'm gonna, and I've got bacon flavored moonshine, but I didn't run it. It was post flavored, you know. I think you guys need to figure out a way to add bacon to the mix. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, I thought about that, and I was like, man, I don't know if I want to get too crazy with it, you know. But you know, going on the show, you know, I prep that it's not a show about who's going to make the best moonshine, but who's going to have the best marketable moonshine. You know, and my competitors, I got to be honest, you know, in my opinion, I would have drank theirs before I drank mine. You know, mine's good, but theirs was better. But
I heard a couple people say that about being on the show and having the other people's, because you get to try everybody's stuff, you know, and a lot of people I heard say that.
And it's all about how they can market it. Like, you know, you got to look at, you know, how many watermelon moonshines are out there, how many peach brandies are out there, how many gin and tonics are out there. I was thinking there's not, to my knowledge, there is not a peanut butter banana on the shelf, and especially a peanut butter that's comes out of the still with peanut butter in it. Every peanut butter out there is post flavored.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's not mashed in.
Starts in from the mash in process, and then I'll add some more right before I run it, just macerate it a little bit, and then you know, it's coming off peanut butter from heads to tails. So
yeah.
Oh, there's Chad now.
Coming in. That's what I'm gonna start doing this year. I'm gonna start venturing into the flavors, you know, instead of doing like, because I usually always do grains, you know.
Yeah, so, I did that too, and you know, it got to where, like, I feel like every whiskey is like a step away from like what, you know, either Maker's Mark or Jack Daniel's. Like, you know, it just, that market is just so flooded. It's hard to say I have an original recipe of it, because it's something, you know, somebody's recipe is going to taste close to something that's on the shelf. You know.
Yeah, you gotta be close to home. What's up, Chad?
What's up, y'all?
What's going on?
Slowest laptop in the world. Nothing much, man. How you doing?
Good.
You froze? Oh, good. Just for a second. It is slow. It is a slow son of a bitch. Shit.
He needs his microphone.
I'm trying to think, man. I was going to make a bacon flavored, like a vodka once, and I did some research on it, and I read a bunch of articles about how people did beers like you're talking about with the peanut butter, but it was with damn bacon, and because it's so damn greasy, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But they was adding it in, letting it sit, and then cleaning it up, you know, filtering it. And it's a pain in the ass, but I might still try it. If one of you guys hit it up before me, there's got to be like a bacon
bits.
Dude, they're so. I don't think the bacon bits, because they're not real bacon, I don't think that flavor would carry over right. They kind of have a chemical thing about them. If you really sit there and chew on.
It tastes like dog treats or something.
Yeah, you can taste the difference. Yeah.
But that's the next step, is bacon. And if one of you guys get to it before me, let me know. Save me the fucking trouble.
Competition's on.
Well, and it's funny you say that. So I'll have to see if I can find it and send it to you, because I got it saved in my phone somewhere. But someone was talking about a bacon one, how they almost like dehydrate the bacon, and then they, you know, kind of mix it in almost like you would do with the peanuts. But I saved it, you know, thinking, you know, maybe one day I'll get to that. I've been doing personally is movie theater popcorn. I got a connection at the movie theater that, you know, they'll sell me the popcorn. They don't sell at the end of the night, and I'll mash in with that and been getting some good results from it.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a guy that lives on the corner told me, he said, I want buttered popcorn flavored moonshine. And I was
Everybody's been asking me for it.
I was like, that's cool, man, but I got the post flavor. I haven't never tried it. I've had it sitting out there for like 2 or 3 months because I got it just for him because I don't see anybody else like I know wanting it really. But he said, I want, because I make every kind of corn liquor, man. If it's got fucking, if it's made of corn, I've tried it or I'm trying it right now. So he's like, I want buttered popcorn. I'm like, that's post flavoring for me, but that's a good idea to get it from a movie theater, man.
I was just gonna say that I'd rather take that to the movie theater than buy the popcorn.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the good thing about mashing with already popped popcorn is that the starch is already exposed, so you just got to bring it to strike temperature, and like you cut a part of the process already out.
Do you need like a
Right.
extra amount of fermentation space because of the space it takes up, or does it?
It kind of condenses back down. So when you add it to the liquid or hot liquid, like it is shrinking back down. But you know, all that inside is already exposed. So normally for like 11-gallon batch, I need like a 60-gallon trash bag full of popcorn, and it'll all mash down into that.
Damn.
And there's not too much salt on it.
It's wet.
And the butter don't make it greasy.
Butter makes it greasy. So, yep. So it's actually they use a butter flavoring. It's not technically real butter, but it's the oil that they cook it in that's sitting on there.
Yeah.
So same thing like the peanut butter. I gotta siphon it off. Siphon it off the oil off the top, and then it's good to go.
Salt for popcorn.
Yeah, flavanol. Some flavatol shit. Yeah, I know what
I
you
got to
mean
ask
with
you,
that.
man. You peanut butter and banana, man.
What's the flavor called?
Peanut
Do
butter
what?
and banana.
Yes,
How'd you
sir.
come up with that? The peanut butter and banana,
Well-
man. You know I've been making Elvis Presley. I call it Elvis Presley.
That's what
And
they were
that's
saying
What
before
I
you
do,
got in
I'm
here.
peanut butter and bananas. You know, you might have saw my video before you went.
No, I didn't, but we're gonna have to trade jars though. Since we're so close to each other.
I was thinking the same thing, bro. That's cool.
The
Cool. I just had to miss it, man. I said, damn, I'm gonna win on it.
my wife's a huge Elvis fan. She loves Elvis, man, and we went to Graceland. You know, you learn about Elvis and that. You know, peanut butter banana was his thing. Like he, you know, had fried peanut butter banana sandwiches. He had bacon on them. You know, and you know, I just I was originally going to go in and do a peanut butter and jelly moonshine. And then my wife's like, well, why don't you do peanut butter banana? You know, and I was like, yeah. I said, you know, Elvis thing for you. I said, I can do that.
Y'all know 100 Proof Phillips, right? 100 Proof Phillips
Do what?
was coming to my house. You know 100 Proof Phillips, he's on TikTok. He was coming to my house to do a review on my moonshine. And I was doing a peanut butter moonshine. And I was just thinking, well, how can I make it stand out? You know what I'm saying? And I thought, well, hell, I'll just put bananas with it and call it Elvis Presley. And everybody loved it, bro.
It's good.
That's how I came up with it.
Heck yeah, yeah, we're gonna have to trade peanut butter banana jars, and we'll review each other's.
And y'all
So how far apart?
This is another 704 man right here, bro. We represent
Oh,
it here
damn.
tonight.
So how far
Yes,
from
sir.
each other are you?
So I live in Denver, Denver the East. So we're
I'm in Concord.
So we're probably about 45 minutes an hour from each other.
Yeah.
You don't beat
That's
that,
too
man.
bad traffic.
That's cool as hell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's nice
I had
having
no
like
idea.
someone close to you, like the one guy on TikTok, Paper Route. He called me the other day. He's like, "Yo, man, I seen that keg in the background. I got some bubble plates for you if you want them."
Heck yeah.
You know,
That's
he lives
cool
like
as
an
hell.
hour away. I'm like,
You have to let me run them bubble plates, bro, when you get them.
Yeah.
So I got.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. My bad.
I was gonna say I bought a bubble plate to run. It's actually in that video with those crazy hillbillies that I did for TikTok not too long ago. but we were actually running in the video, and bought that bubble plate first time using it, and it was leaking like crazy. Like we had to stop filming in the middle of it, and I had to like take it off and start over again.
So where'd you get that?
I had run one, so hell I wouldn't know.
What? Sorry, y'all both talking at the same time. What was the question?
My bad, Chad. Go ahead, Chad.
Go ahead, Phil. I was asking
Where'd
what made it
you
leak.
get that?
I hadn't run a bubble plate. The delay's got us.
Again.
Draw the shortest straw.
All right, Phil, you go ahead.
You go.
I was asking about the bubble plates. What made it leak?
I don't think I really got the bolts tight enough, and I think it was escaping through the seal.
Okay.
So I'm gonna need to go back and look at what I did and try to put it back together.
And let me, before you go, Phil, let me address Noble over here in the comments. I heard yesterday that the jars are coming out, bro. The winter's jars are starting to hit shelves. They heard us bitching about it on TikTok, and they're gonna tighten that up.
Yeah, actually the other day I got an email from Sugarlands saying they're getting ready to start moving into production. So I guess we'll see. I anticipate mine maybe the next 2 to 3 years as a realistic expectation on that.
Right.
But I am working with another distillery, and Sugarlands has gave me the green light to run with them as a permanent licensing thing. So that may be coming out the next year.
I was wondering if you was contractually obligated to Sugarlands after that. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, so they're only going to do a limited run with us, a 750-gallon run. Whatever alcohol yields off that, then that's it. So I think they're so far behind. I think they were just happy to see that they don't have someone else beating down their door trying to get their jar. So they're like, yeah, absolutely. We release you. Whatever, we'll run your jar when it's your time, and you just keep doing your thing.
So I seen that you have a sub pot, a copper one. How many gallons is that?
That's a 10-gallon, believe it or not. It doesn't look like it. I think it's closer to 12 because I was only putting 8 in it for a while, and I was like, well, I'm gonna try to fill this thing up and see where it goes. And I put a full 10 in there, and I still probably could get another 2 gallons if I wanted to.
Where'd you get that at?
American Distilling Equipment.
Okay, yeah. I seen that guy build a fucking coffin. I was like, God damn, this dude built a coffin still. That was cool, but man,
I had to really look for him on Google when I was looking for a new steel, because I had just a traditional pot steel, with the thumper and everything, but I was wanting something with tri-clamps after being on the show. I was just like, it makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
And so
less of a mess.
Oh yeah.
I've been pasting in my whole career, bro.
I just get tired of the cleanup from it.
I know, yes, sir. And Dead Man, I mash in peanut butter and bananas when I do mine, and it works off good as hell.
He was talking about Dead Man was talking about the popcorn butter. He said, don't the butter make the pH drop?
I honestly, I hadn't had that issue. I don't think it's real butter, and I think that's the key in it, is that it's butter flavored oil.
It's flavored oil. That's what they call that shit.
Yeah. Like a buttery topping. Like if you go to the movie theater, it doesn't technically say butter on there. It says butter topping. Like it's not melted butter.
We got some of that shit in the cabinet. It's not real butter.
Salt.
I can't believe it's not butter. I beat you to it, Carl.
It's like a coconut oil type thing.
Well, how was your experience on Master Distiller, bro?
Honestly, I tell people all the time, like it's it's undescribable if you've never been in like the TV industry or had it, like any piece of it. Like, you know, you go in there expecting one thing and it's completely the other way around. It's kind of, you know, in a good way, it's kind of ruined reality TV for me. Like we try to watch, you know, something reality based or whatever, and my wife can't stand to watch it with me because I pick it apart. I'm just like, yeah, it doesn't happen like that. You know, they stop filming here. Here's what's really going on. And she's just like, I'm not watching TV with you anymore. But yeah, Bart, Digger, Tim, Tickle, man, they're the real deal, man. Just you know, I can't say enough good things about them. They just, you know, they are who they preach. You know, they're not putting on a show. So
I keep hearing that. Are you sure you ain't paid to say that shit?
That. No, I swear.
I hear everybody say the same thing.
They're the real deal. I've heard that a couple times in the last week. Didn't Sasquatch say that same shit? They got a goddamn moonshine cult out there now, boys.
Word for word.
I'm gonna tell you, if they are putting on a show, they got to be putting it on all the time. Because I'm a people watcher, so. Like, you know, I'm not trying to get in everyone's business. I sit back and I watch and observe. And I watch how they interact with other people, too. And if they're putting on an act, like, they keep it on 24/7.
Right. I ever see fucking Tim's nipple hanging out, I'm giving him a Texas tornado, son. Oh, shit.
Now you'll learn to wear a shirt. Hey, man, speaking of shirts, I like it. Jersey, bro.
Oh, like thank you. Yep.
Hell yeah.
It's got it from a site called Fans Idea. But yeah, it's got all like my, you know, my moonshine stuff on it and everything. So I'm thinking about getting some more made and, you know, take them on the road with me.
Yeah.
Right on.
That's a perfect baseball jersey. You should get them in different colors too, like if you're a Phillies fan or.
Oh yeah, and I bought like one of the varsity jackets too.
It's almost as bad as being a fucking Yankee
lettered in.
I feel like in the 704 we don't have a good team. You know, we're just you know, we got the Braves, but you know, we're overdue for an MLB team in Charlotte.
You ever go to the Intimidators?
Over in
we got a couple
Carowinds.
of minor league teams. I like going to the Intimidators games here and there, you know, the Knights games. But
these guys still got the dorm, Bull Dorm, whatever, Dorm, the baseball team. Minor league. They work for Tampa Bay.
Don't claim him.
We got the Charlotte Knights, Gastonia Grizzlies, Hickory Crawdads. And I think the Intimidators, but there's not all of it's just minor league or AAA.
Well, these Intimidators, the more they change their name to Cannonballers.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
They changed their name to the Cannonballers.
Yeah, we got
the Hickory Crawdads. That sounds cool as fuck.
We got the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Little Yankees. That's all we have around us.
And we got like the Honey Badgers or something in Gastonia too. Like it's a new team they just came up with. The Honey Makers, Honey Badgers. I don't know, something stupid like that.
I hear you. Honey Badgers, yeah.
How long?
Dead Man wants to know how long been shining before you went on the show.
About 5 years.
I
got my start in making wine. I saw a video by Catfish Cooley about closet wine. That, you know, Welch's grape juice, 2 cups of sugar, and some yeast makes the best wine you've ever had. And I was like, there's no way it's that simple. And I went and did it, and I was like, holy crap. Like, this is like some good shit. So by the end, like I was buying the wine press, and I had all the stuff. I had like 20 to 30 gallons of wine sitting around that I hadn't bottled, and I was like, damn, I got to do something with this stuff. So I bought a little cheap still on Amazon and started making brandy, and that's how I got my start. And then from there I was hooked. Started buying copper pieces, started buying, you know, actual copper steels, and you know, I am where I am.
And once you start doing it, it's like you're hooked.
Yeah, it's like throwing money in a fire, man.
It's a way of life.
Yeah.
It's a way of life.
It is. But
It's
I
in the
didn't find it.
blood.
Well, and it is. It's in my heritage, and I didn't realize that till, I was doing research for the show, and I met with some family back in West Virginia, and they were telling me that my grandfather was involved in it. They worked the coal mines, and the coal mines would pay them in tokens. They wouldn't pay them in like money like we get today, and they would have to use that at the general store or whatever, so that the coal mines keep getting the money back. And so they would buy sugar and all their ingredients for moonshine from the general store, and then they would go and make it and sell it for cash.
Dead Man also
yeah.
wants to know, what was your first productive still?
Yeah.
My first, is he asking what still did I run on for the first time?
Yeah, first still you produced some liquor through.
3-gallon Beaver still from Amazon. Chinese pot still is what it's the moonshine groups call it. And I still have it. If I'm gonna do some experiment with the flavor and I don't want to use like all my stuff, like I'll still throw it in there, and it still does good. I changed out all the fittings for copper just to get some copper in there, but
I soldered one not too long ago.
Man, I had a 3-gallon little stainless steel pot. We got from Rose.
That's what I used was a
it was terrible.
Beaver too.
There's nothing wrong with them. I think people get in this big, war about copper versus stainless versus or kegs versus, the milk cans. Like it, as long as it makes liquor, that's all it's about, man.
Yeah. I have a 6-gallon copper, and I just got this keg. You know what I mean? And that's like I want to run the keg.
Yeah.
And then I can take the alcohol, put it in the copper one if I want to double distill.
Absolutely.
Double run.
I've built one out of a pressure cooker.
I went
before.
keg just for the. Yeah.
I seen them on, I don't know if it was YouTube or somewhere around, but those pressure cooker ones, those homemade ones.
Yep, I've done it. And it works. It's all about how much work you're wanting to put into it. I've been talking with this awesome guy, Copper Kelly, Rocky Point Steels. He's gonna have me come up and he's gonna teach me about building some copper steels. So super excited about that. He built some quality stuff, he built stuff for movies with, movies that have steels in them and stuff like that. Like he's just super knowledgeable about copper. So I'm super grateful to have him teach me.
Another Carolina boy in the comments. Carolina Shiner.
Boy, them Chads from North Carolina's hell, ain't they?
Yeah, they're coming out.
Me and I got speaking of another Chad. Me and a guy I met, we're good friends now, just online. We're going to try to go in together and build us a little submarine pot. We're going to try to build one. And if there's any damn tips anybody can give us, comments on here anywhere, we sure take them.
I'll say I do like my submarine steel just because like I'm a big guy, so I like to work up high when I'm doing my steel work. When I'm distilling. Yeah. So having that tall one like I had, it was hard getting the liquor up in there, things like that. So having it's good for that, but I'm not pulling high proof off of it like I was with the regular pot steel.
You run a thumper on it?
Run a thumper on it. I've done the thumper and then 2 half-gallon mason jars too. And I've tried it always. The only thing that's really been helping is copper mesh. And then I'm going to try that bubble plate here soon again and see what happens with that.
You say, what are we talking? 130? What's coming off that?
I'm averaging about 150 starting out at heads, and then when it hits about 120, it's tanking fast into tails.
I had that problem yesterday.
I've had now with that regular pot still, like I was sitting at around 170 with heads, and then it would float between 170 and 150 for a good bit, and then hearts would sit from about 150 to 100, and then like my tails would come in like very like maybe 1 to 2 jars of tails. So I think it's all. I think it's all in the shape of it, like how much height it's got. Drop some of that water vapor back down. So.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
I want to get me a 50-gallon sub pot, but I want it to be copper. But
yeah,
it might be a little too much to get a copper one.
Oh yeah, a sheet of copper. How much is a sheet of copper going for right now?
I mean,
it's expensive. It's like it's got to be thicker, I think, man, because the bottom, and you got to have legs on that mouth. When it gets to be that big, I'm thinking you got to have 4 feet on it. I don't want it on the ground.
Maybe
I want it on some fucking.
And I run mine on electric element too. So like I don't mess with propane and stuff anymore.
What I'm thinking is I might end up having to get a stainless one, and if I do, I will have DRC build the pot, and then I'll have Adam from Copper Steel Co. build the top half. Sizzle out. You know what I'm saying? Sizzle
the bottom.
Sizzle out.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
sweet. Sounds like a killer idea.
But I wish I could get the whole fucking thing in copper, but I've yet to see anybody build 50-gallon copper ones because they seem real like copper's more flimsy.
Stainless steel on the bottom.
Yeah, like
I don't
a
know how
hybrid.
that works.
Yeah.
Get somebody to TIG. Well, I mean, fucking DRC's a TIG master, man. I have to work something out with him. I don't know. I have to get with him and Adam and have like have a meeting.
Conference.
Be badass.
I hear you.
I definitely don't want a shotgun coming off of it. I want it to go to a worm. That'd be badass right there.
Yeah. I was just I want to make my own enclosed stumper. I mean my own enclosed worm just out of a Gatorade thing, and get that sealed down, that lid. You know, I wanted to go price the worm of copper. Holy shit! It was like $70 just for that.
What was that? 20 foot.
Why do you want to enclose worm? You know why they use those, right? It's because of
the reason why I want it is for the water flow. Like it will be more volume. It'll be pushing it out faster. So I fear it would be less ice.
Well, they put a fucking what do they call that, the tank of water that you got running to your worm flake stand or whatever.
Yeah,
that's what that's for, man. And if you don't have that, then I'm open top worm all day long. It's fine for me.
Yeah, same here.
Well, mainly because I paced in and I need that water to wash my hands off with.
That too, like every once in a while, I dip the nuts in there and get them clean.
Yeah, you drop your drink in there, everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd be all hamburger in that motherfucker. I'll be like, oh shit, this is what's for dinner tonight.
I think your volume of your water turnover is going to depend on the gallons per minute that you put on it.
Yeah. Either that or just get a bigger pump.
I mean, we can still put the lid back on it, if that's what you want to do. But
yeah, if you are going to use one of those screw top, I recommend you get the one from Home Depot.
Yeah.
You talking about a water cooler? That's the best one they make. It's made by fucking, what's the name of that company? Rubbermaid. Rubbermaid. They make the Home Depot coolers, and they're thermal, man. They're fucking. They hold the heat and the cold, whatever you're trying to do. They work good. I used to use one as a mash tun.
Heat up anything.
Yeah, they work as a mash tun real well. But anybody else?
I want to build that, but I do want to get a copper worm. But you get when I order one, it's gonna take longer than 6 months to get that. You know what I mean? So I just want to get something going now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And 5-gallon buckets are the shit.
Yeah.
I've got a 5-gallon bucket one if you want one.
Yeah.
We got a bucket too.
Big Easy made a video on our channel making one. So if you ever want to
make
one
I was watching
yourself,
that the other day, actually.
They're the shit, dude. Fucking worms are the shit. Period. They're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, starting out, we was building Liebigs and Liebigs and Liebigs, and you could put so much goddamn copper in that Liebig, it doesn't fucking matter. You got a worm. It's doing better than a fucking Liebig any day of the week. Liebigs are cool, and they look cool, but if you have a tub of water and another tub of water, it's going to work twice as good.
Yeah,
I agree, Chad.
I'll pump up from an ice chest, put some ice water in there, let it do its thing, and.
Oh yeah, what's your favorite thing besides the hunk of burning love to run as far as shine goes?
I'd have to say recently it's that kettle corn popcorn I've been doing. So I take out movie theater popcorn after it comes off the still, like it's just got that good buttery smell to it, and then I'll mix in a simple syrup with a little bit of vanilla, and it just gives it that sweet salty taste.
We're waiting on the video, bro. We need to see the video on that.
Yeah, I never even thought about putting like just popcorn.
You gotta think outside the box, baby.
Yeah. It's
I got bacon on my mind now.
Bacon. And when I make flavors, I want to make flavors that are not popular. You know what I mean? I want to do stuff outside the box, kind of create my own category, I guess you can say. Like people ask me all the time, like, "Oh, like I bet you do an awesome apple pie." No, not really. I hate apple pie. Like it's so overdone. Like I hate doing it. If you ask for it, I'm probably gonna give you apple juice, a cinnamon stick, and mix in some moonshine. Like I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna try it.
I tell them all the time, if you're trying to buy apple pie, you're either trying to get some pussy or you are a pussy.
Yeah. It's just so overdone. I do a pretty awesome pecan pie. I really like that. I'm probably, I'm getting ready to get into strawberry season in North Carolina. Getting ready to get into strawberry lemonade that I do pretty good too. So
strawberry brandy, baby.
There you go.
Oh yeah, you put wood chips on that?
Hell no, boy. That's ready for drinking. That's ready for human consumption right there.
I mean, is it aged with wood? Is that where that color come from?
Nah, that's my secret ingredient. I can tell you off air.
All right. I just seen the color of it. I was thinking like that looks like bourbon.
You sent me a jar of that last year, didn't you?
Griff is about the only one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Actually, it's real good.
Man, it's probably one of the best strawberry brandies I ever tasted. Now, ain't just because I'm running it. Usually I'm pretty critical on like everybody loves my Reese cup. I don't really care for it. But people love it. I mean, I can't keep it.
That's what I'm getting with peanut butter banana. Everybody keeps asking for it after the show. And man, every time I open up that jar of powdered peanut butter, like it almost turns my stomach. Like I'm about done. After I get things going with this one distillery and Sugarlands, I'm probably going to retire. From doing peanut butter. On the side.
I've only done it twice.
Y'all ain't got no biscuits and gravy though, son.
That's another one. Heck yeah.
And what else? Flaming hot Cheetos. That's what I want to try.
Yeah. I never saw I seen the video of you doing it, but I never how did it come out?
The gravy or the Cheetos?
The Cheetos.
It gets you in the back. It's not really like boom on the palate. I'm blending it right now. I let it sit for a while because I had a bunch of other shit on my desk. So right now I was blending it earlier. So I haven't tried it since I blended it. I'm thinking that I blended a little bit of the back end with the front end. It will have more of a flavor to it, but it gets you in the back of the throat. Like when you're eating Flamin' Hot Cheetos and you swallow them, it gets a little spicy back here. That's where it gets you. It don't really get you on the tongue too much, but it makes an excellent Bloody Mary. Fucking badass Bloody Mary.
I bet it would, man. I ain't thinking about that.
Heck yeah.
That biscuits and gravy, though, that motherfucking shit smells and tastes like biscuits and gravy, dude. I ain't even kidding.
Yeah.
Like,
Man,
it's right away.
I can't
Dude,
put
I've had
flavors
that
together,
idea.
bro.
Shit on a shingle.
I've thought about, for, Thanksgiving, Christmas time, doing a sweet potato casserole.
Hey, sweet potato
my boy
pie.
right above me, man. My boy right above me got a hell of a pumpkin pie recipe. I do it every year, and that people love it. Can't keep it. Had people asking for it in July.
Yeah,
pumpkin pie is good. It's a good recipe. Pumpkin pie and peach cobbler.
I think the best thing I probably ever made was the peach cobbler.
You can't beat a good peach cobbler.
Man, we gotta hear that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, when I one of the first, actual aged whiskeys I done, I did a maple vanilla, and I put coffee creamer in the thumper, and it like a sweet vanilla, and I'm telling you what, it pulled through. I was very surprised with that.
Did it?
Then aged it on some oak, and man, it was good stuff. I wish I would have wrote down that recipe because, man, I've been trying to recreate it and I just can't get it right.
So would you run a maple mash, and then you put coffee creamer in the thump?
Yep.
Hell yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I did a maple
trying to get Griff
on maple.
Syrup.
What was
it? So I've done.
I said I've been trying to get Griff.
One more time.
I said I've been trying to get Griff to get me some damn maple syrup from up north, and I was going to run it or mash it in. I can't get him to act right.
I have a but all the bees are in dormant. Like all the honey. No, you wanted honey.
I wanted damn maple syrup out of the tree, boy.
Yeah, well,
tap that tree.
No, the closest place I know for that would be in Berwick. But the honey that my buddy makes, all the bees are in dormant right now.
I'll take honey too. Hell, honey's gold nowadays. Go in the grocery store and try to buy some damn honey.
I did honey on the show with that peanut butter banana. Like, the flavor didn't come through, which I wasn't expecting it to. It was I was using it more for free sugar content. I have honeybees on the property, so it's anything for at least my episode, anything you foraged or grew counted as free. So I just use it as something for the yeast to munch on.
Right on.
Oh yeah, it's expensive. I've done a full-on honey run twice, where I'm talking like 30 to 50 pounds of honey. That shit's expensive.
Oh yeah.
I did a maple syrup run, and I think I used 40-something pounds of maple syrup, and then I infused it while it was running with more maple syrup, and it was expensive as fuck. But when you drank it, I don't feel like there was enough maple hitting you in the mouth. I think that maple should have kicked you in the dick, but I don't think it did. That's my opinion on my own shit. But I took some lightly charred sugar maple wood, put it on that, aged it, tasted it, was like, Then I finished it on oak. So now it's a lot fucking better finishing it on oak, and I had it on wood for quite a while. So
I couldn't get my honey. I did a honey run. I did a honey run one time, and I couldn't get the honey flavor to come through. I don't know what I did wrong. Same thing with bananas. But
Chad, I know that rum that you made. You said that you're afraid of the ginger or something in it. The spiced rum?
I think I put too much ginger in it, yeah.
I thought it was fucking fantastic. I drank the whole thing that you said. I drank it on TikTok and I fell backwards. I busted my head open.
I've
To me, you're not supposed to taste when you got that many ingredients. You're not supposed to taste one ingredient more than the other ones.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be all, and I could taste the ginger strong. So that's what made me think I had too much ginger in it. Go ahead, Nick.
I was gonna say that part of it coming from the wine side of it, with the honeybees, I've made several strawberry meads or blackberry meads. Um, that honey doesn't come through at first, but then after you let it sit like unaged, and then you open it back up, like that honey like hits you in the face. It's almost overpowering.
Okay. Right on.
I love mead, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing this year. I'm gonna go outside the box. I don't even think I'm gonna buy any grains. I'm just gonna go outside the box and try something new.
Man, I'm like Winnie the Pooh with honey, bro.
Yeah.
Do what, brother?
You kind of look like Winnie the Pooh. Hey,
like Winnie the Pooh, man. I get stuck in a window.
PhilBilly?
Yeah. I've done lots of meads over the years. I've done. I'm actually about to start one in the next couple days. It's going to be actually
bottled and everything. Didn't you?
Oh yeah. I got the Smurf berry.
I remember that.
It's got Papa Smurf flipping a bird on the bottle. Yeah. But yeah, Smurfberry. I did a Smurfberry mead, and I ran a Smurfberry mead through the still. So I got Smurfberry Moonshine and Smurfberry mead. They were decent. I made them with a real high dollar honey. It's called Star Thistle honey. It's I think it's Star Thistle. Ain't that what it's called? It's from them purple flowers. It's real expensive ass honey, but it's good shit. And I'm about to do one here soon with it's going to be spiced. So what do they call it? A melomel is when you use fruit.
Yep.
And then what do they call it when you use spices?
I can't remember. I thought it starts with an A. I can't remember the exact name of it.
So I'm going to do a melomel and I'm going to use spices. So there's I forget what they call that one. That's what I'm doing this time. I'm going to use. And I just was at the grocery and I seen some fucking nice ass blood oranges. And I got a buddy out in California that he's like the mead master. This dude makes top notch mead. And he makes a blood orange one. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to try some blood orange in it, but I'm going to throw some other things with the blood orange. I'm going to do my play on a blood orange. I'm probably going to do a couple other fruits and some spices, probably some cinnamon in there. I'm going to try it because I have some of that Star Thistle honey left over. And if you're watching, Pinchy, thanks for that honey. She brought me 5-gallon bucket of fucking honey, dude.
That's like getting a golden bar right there.
Yeah. You're gonna get a bottle of thank you back. Get a bottle of
I'll send her some. I'll send her a box, and if she ever comes back down here, I'll hook her up. So what's your favorite mead you ever ran, Nick?
I got
probably that strawberry I did. That strawberry mead. I still have some of it. And I sip on it every now and then, but it was just I don't know. I think once you convert over to moonshine, like it, and you get out of the wine business for a while, you forget all the steps you need to do because with wine, you got to be super clean with everything, and not saying you don't have to be with moonshine too, but I'm not Starzaning the shit out of all my stuff, and so in hopes that's not going to turn to vinegar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with wine too, like you have to get the Camdian pills. You gotta all that shit. You gotta get. I mean, if you want to go that far.
I don't use Cambion. What I do use here lately is I use a fucking clarifier, and I've used a bunch of different clarifiers. There's only one that really fucking works for the shit, and it's amazing. But that's the only thing outside of yeast is the clarifier, and you don't even have to use that.
Yeah,
wine is easy as shit to make. It's amazing. 99% of the time, it's coming out good. The worst thing that comes out bad is when you do beer. That's when you need star sands every goddamn thing. Wine ain't so bad, but when you're doing beer and you're using anything that has barley or wheat in it, goddamn infection, vinegar. Yeah, fuck that, man. Fuck beer.
The local store by my house that I go to, they have a filter machine to run your wine through, and there's these filter pads that you put in there.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
My buddy bought one of those, and he said that's the biggest joke ever.
Yeah, and the pads are like expensive as hell too.
Oh yeah. Oh well, and I bought like the cheap version of it, and you got to really have a good pump pressure to push it through there. Like it is like slower than distilling drip.
You want to make good wine, get a conical fermenter with a jar. That's it.
Yeah.
Then get some clarifier and put in that motherfucker. You don't need to filter nothing.
Well, and I've had wine clear up on its own too. If I let it sit long enough, like
if you rack it,
just
rack it. Yeah.
I've just now started using a wine yeast for my brandies. And
which one are you using?
I can't tell. At lab getting D47. That's what I use this time.
That's good.
Somebody told me the K8 or K6116 or whatever.
KC1118 is what I use with the peach.
Yeah, I use EC1118 because it has a high alcohol yield in it, and it's good for fruit.
Okay. So. Well, he told me that D47 have a better flavor, so that's the reason I went with it.
Yeah, I think it's the temperature tolerance on that though is like you have to keep it like closer to 80 consistently. That's why I like the EC. Yeah, there you go. I like the EC because it can float between 65 degrees or 95 degrees and it's still going to do its thing. The same thing with bread yeast. You can't go wrong with just your traditional store bread yeast too.
Fleischmann's.
Yeah.
That's what I started with. Hey man, Fleischmann's put out a yield. I tell you right now, you put Fleischmann's on apples, you'll run liquor all day long.
Oh yeah, apples do give a good yield.
I'm actually getting ready to do another TikTok about yeast and what I use and what works and what you're gonna waste your time with. So.
That's what's up, man. People need to know. That's.
I like watching the videos like that because. If I don't know something like that, you know what I mean? You get to learn,
Well, and I had someone the other day, I done one about, I was kind of being a little bit comical about it, but I was also being serious about, moonshine's illegal, like federally illegal. The government's not getting their 40 to 60% off each jar.
I seen that one,
you deserve a spanking. And this lady like ripped me a new one because she's like, you're deterring people from going legal. It's not 40 to 60%. Like they're maybe getting like $2 to $3 off a jar. And I'm just like, that is completely inaccurate information. Like I was
and irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? If they're getting 40 cents off a jar, it's too much.
Exactly.
But why does it matter to her? fuck her.
Well, and she was
that's a comment video.
you got to put that comment up there. On Master Distiller, and she works at a distillery, and I'm just like, if maybe you're getting some kind of government grant, but in North Carolina, after you're done paying federal, state, and every kind of tax you got to pay, you're only getting 40 to 60%, well, depending on it, 40 to 60% of each jar sale. Like, I mean, it's absurd.
I've learned, man, that these legal distillers, they don't like us much. They don't care for illegal distillers that much,
That's why these laws exist.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I was trying to explain to her. Like, if they were only getting that much off of it, then why isn't everybody opening up a distillery? That just doesn't make any sense. But I could definitely tell on the show that there's a rift between legal distillers and actual moonshiners behind the scenes. Well, and a lot of them come from they have their degree. They went to school for it. They have their degrees in biochemistry and all this shit. But we're coming in here from heritage and learning ourselves and cutting it by taste and everything else. Like, you know, they're everything with them, it's scientific, and it's
On the job training.
it's not about, you know, scientifically cutting it, or, well, I put, you know, this percent of fruit in it, so this is what I should be getting out of it. It's all about taste. You know, if it doesn't taste good, no one's gonna buy it.
That's a fact.
I feel that most people out there are full of shit, and if you're watching and you are full of shit, fuck your mama. Fuck them people. I don't give a fuck. We do it the way we're going to do it.
Before we get too late, I want to hear that blacked out story, bro.
Yeah, oh, yeah, we forgot about the blacked out story.
All right, not a lot of people know about this one, but you know, I love making moonshine for people to try and taste, and I got a group of friends that we went camping with this past summer. Well, we went up there; they were camping, we weren't, but I had like 6-7 different moonshines with me, and wanting them to taste them all. And we get up there, and I have about maybe a half a Dixie cup full of it. And I thought I was pouring like one I diluted down to about 80 proof, and it had to have been about 120, because I, you know, half a Dixie cup. I was like, man, you know, this stuff ain't working. It ain't working. You know, what did I do wrong? And we get down to the creek, and there's tons of kids around. I made a complete idiot myself, but get down to the creek and it all hits me at one time. Like, I went into full stupid mode, and like falling in the creek, like sliding head first into the water. By the time we get up to, they're having to carry me like out. Like, they just put me up on the riverbank, and I'm passed out. Like, everyone's having this good time. They're eating and drinking, and I slept through the whole thing. Like, I've only been there maybe an hour. But
yeah, it happens to the best of us, brother.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. Moonshine has a delay fuse on it. Like, you know, by the time like you think nothing's happening, it's gonna hit you all at one time.
Yeah, it does. Like like probably the same thing happened with you, Chad, when you had Outlaws fucking the 130 apple pie that he made that he sent us.
Yeah.
He sent it for my birthday, and I drank the whole thing, the whole, and I didn't feel like nothing at first, but then like a half hour later, man, I was gone.
Yeah, it's only apple pie I've ever been able to drink. It was 130. Outlaw makes a good apple pie. He makes a good lemonade too. Lemon drop. That lemon drop was my favorite. He gave it to me in Maggie Valley. It was amazing.
Okay, were you in Maggie Valley for Winter Jam?
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah,
I was there for summer one.
Was you up there
this summer?
Yeah, I was up here. Chad, were you there?
Yeah, I was there. I was at what's the name of that motel? The Smoky Mountain Lodge or something. It's where they had the birthday party for
for Margie. We probably seen each other. I was there all weekend.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be at the summer one this year?
Yeah, I'll be back for the summertime too.
I kept looking at people.
I'll definitely be at that one.
And I was like, I think I know these people, you know, but I couldn't put a name with them. So, and they looking at me like they thought they know me. You know how it is, people look at you. I recognize Bennett. You know, me and Bennett hung out a minute. And Uncle Moonshine, Jason Aldridge was there.
Yep.
There's a few TikTokers that I noticed, but I'm sure they was.
I gotta say the best story I got about you was at the summer one last year. Me and Chad are just walking with each other, right? There's this guy on TikTok. His name's Possum, right?
Oh yeah, Possum, yeah.
He walks by Chad and he goes, "You're Moonshiner Chad. Can I have your autograph?"
I was like, Chad's like, Sharpie, bro. I find one.
It's a weird feeling, people asking you for their autograph. You know, and you get it at least after being on the show. You get it in the weirdest spots. Like, you know, one time I was shopping in Walmart and I was getting ready to do a big run, so I got the big, you know, 25-pound bags of sugar, like buying all this distilled water because I run, I don't have good clean well water, so I use distilled water and just full. My buggy's full of this shit. And this guy's like, "I know you," and I was like, "No, you don't." And he said, "Yeah, I do." And he said, "You're on that show." I said, "Well, yeah." I said, "Master Distiller." He said, "Man, it looks like you're getting ready to do a run," and I mean, just drawing all this attention towards me. And he's like, "Man, can I come with you to a run?" I was like, "Man, not today, buddy. Maybe another time." But he's just following me around the store, and then like people are starting to notice, and I'm like, "Dude, I got to get out of here."
I remember one time I bought a crap load of fucking bananas when I did a banana brandy run last year. And I live in Pennsylvania. Not a lot of people know a lot about moonshine up here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I go down to Walmart, throw all the bananas, and everybody's looking at me like, "What the hell are you gonna do with all those bananas?"
We're getting weird tonight.
I'm gonna fucking eat them.
We're getting fucking weird, man.
Well, boys, I appreciate you coming on. How we all do, Nick.
Well, I appreciate y'all
I got
having
a
me.
run I got to do, and it's 8:30.
All right,
Moonshine calls.
I appreciate you, man. And we got to get up. I got your number. You got my number. We'll get up on that jar swap.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I hope y'all bring me some someday, or maybe I'll get some down at Maggie.
Don't forget about us up in North.
Oh yeah. I'll try to make my way up there.
See y'all later.
All right, see you later.